What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, we'll be showcasing all of the new Squid Game skins that were added to the file of this update. Now, as a little bit of a disclaimer, it's going to be a little bit disorganized, and it might not be every skin, because of the fact that these skin IDs, all of the ones like, the game guard workers over here with the different symbols, all the normal actual characters right here, are set to be in the item shop, but they're also set to be this whole entire situation, where the reason why, for example, we have 3 game guard managers that all have edit styles for all of the shapes originally is because of the fact that it's used in creative mode to specify which guard you get as an actual disguise. So you're not getting like 3 individualized Squid Games guard skins, you're only going to be getting 1, 2 technically if you count the game's manager. But with that said, I have managed to get all of the cosmetics in the locker, so let's show you everything you need to know about the new Squid Game x Fortnite skin collaboration. As a reminder, by the way, the Squid Game collaboration goes live on June 27th and will have a new reload map, but first off, let's just start off with the new skins, starting off with the Dalgona Destroyer. This is one of the default skins that you'll be able to get, and the interesting thing about every single one of these skins is the fact that you have the option for the different patches, so you can have the O patch, you can have the X patch, the blue and red ones, or you can just have no patch over there on the left side, depending on, if you want to play the role of voting to quit the games or continue the games, you can go ahead and have those options available to you. In terms of the player number, however, and I'll just go ahead and put a patch on so you can kind of see it right there, we can go up, each number you want to do from 001. You can't go down to 0, it shows up on the back and front, but you can go all the way to 456. You can't go to 457, it stops right here at 456, shows up on the back of the outfit, shows up on the front of the outfit, and that is pretty much all in terms of the numbers. Of course, if you want to do like 333 or whatever you might want to do, that is an option right there. You can see 333 showing up right there. Customize the patch on the actual outfits, and that same customization goes across every single one of the new Squid Game skins. So I'm not really going to go through every single skin's little patch and everything because it's a lot of numbers for no reason. But we got and I'm probably going to butcher this, the Didaki, I'm not even going to say it. We got the Defender, right? We got this one, which is the unique version of the male default models that they're using. Both the male and females are using default models for the whole entire collaboration set, but then they each have their own one character that is somewhat more unique and not a Fortnite original default type of character. Of course, you have the normal patches and everything else, but of course, I'm not going to go through and show them over and over and over again. Next up, we have ourselves the Flying Stone Fighter right here, with all the different customization options as well that you saw before. And keep in mind, you can't change any of the hairstyles or anything, so the hairstyle for each of the defaults is kind of just what you're going to get. Next up, we have the Glass Bridge Survivor with a description of 6 games, 1 winner. This one is the female version of the kind of default characters. This one is the one to use the normal, or I guess unique face compared to all the other defaults, I guess you would call it. Next up, we have the Gongi Great, which has a description of it's a toss-up, and all these characters kind of got small little descriptions to them. Next up, we have ourselves the Greenlight Guardian with a description ready, set, go. After that, we actually have ourselves a Jeggy Juggler. I might have butchered that one, I'm sorry. But we got the description to keep it in the air. We have the Marble Maven right here. And that one also, if you're curious about the description, has a description, favor the odds. Then we have the Penthalion Perfector. I'm terrible at these names today, with a description of go on 3. And then in terms of all the defaults, the last one we really have to show you is the Tug of War Titan with a description of just pool. Of course, all of these skins using the extra Squid Game, player outfits and everything have the patches, have the numbers you can select and everything else, and they should all be sold in the item shop when the collaboration fully releases. In terms of the guard, we don't have to go through each of these, the soldier, the manager, the worker, because one of the skins, and all these skins have the same exact customizable options. We can select here and you'll see that the same customization exists on all of them. All of them have options to just change that symbol on your head. So you only will be buying one of these skins. You're not going to be getting 3 of them. The only reason there's 3 different icons is for the actual UEFN experiences, creative maps, and all that stuff. So when you equip a Squid Game's disguise, you actually put on one of these specified outfits that have a pre-selected variant instead of just, getting a randomized one and not knowing if you're going to be worker, soldier, or manager. And just to kind of make the whole roleplay aesthetic when people make their creative maps and everything else a little bit easier to follow. But this is the worker skin that you'll be able to actually pick up soon, and then we also have the games manager with the description of oversee it all. This one is a very slick outfit. I do want to pick this one up. I know I've seen some people mention, especially with a lot of the skins, that they wish that the shoes or the kicks that all the Squid Game outfits are wearing, so for example, you know, these over here, the games manager one that we just showed you right here, and for example, the normal skins right here, they wish that those kicks were sold separately, because I've heard apparently some people would be willing to pick those up in the item shop if that were the case. But of course, as of right now, the kicks aren't set to be sold, and all the kicks that were set to be sold got decrypted last night, so it's definitely something that's pretty interesting. But yeah, this is the new Squid Game collaboration that'll be dropping very soon. This is something that you can be expecting over in the Fortnite item shop. There may be some new changes in terms of like the names of the characters or their descriptions or whatever else. There could be more skins than what we're seeing right here, but at least based on the information we have, this is a lot of the skins that we're going to be getting with the collaboration, and they all have their own customization options you're able to actually do. And of course, when it comes to the game guards, you'll actually be able just to select the variant you want on the helmet from the locker menu itself. But until next time, champs and champions, enjoy today's video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike if you didn't like it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. Peace out.